Really? That's not much of a web. What can it catch in that?
You'd be surprised. This sticky web can trap all sorts of much bigger creatures. Watch. Maybe even you can learn something. Remember our silver medalist, the scorpion? Here he is, snagged on a thread. He struggles, and when the web starts to vibrate, the Black Widow knows she's caught something. She rushes down to deliver her fatal bite.
What about the scorpion's deadly sting or its crushing claws?
Caught in the sticky web, it can't use them. Ouch! That's all it takes. One poisonous bite, then the scorpion never wakes up again. But don't worry, of the 35,000 species of spider, only 30 are dangerous.
Does the Black Widow eat it later?
What's the hurry? Who would dare to steal her food?
Hey, Henry, what's that?
What's what?
That thing on your head. Don't go too close. That's a spitting cobra. It sprays its poison.
I know that. I'm a clever lizard. I've come totally prepared.
With what?
Yuck! Yes, it's my cobra umbrella. It's all the fashion this season, if you don't want an eye full of venom. Haven't you finished spraying yet? Thank you.
The skunk sprays too, but from the other end. A small animal with a big smell. The skunk uses its own form of chemical warfare to beat a much bigger predator. The skunk versus the puma.
And it's a left. Wow!
But the skunk starts to fight back.
Float like a butterfly, stink like a skunk.
This skunk spray is a real knockout.
How do you like that, you big bully?
And he's down for the count.
The winner! I'm taking no chances. I learned fast.
I bet that puma wished he'd had a gas mask, Henry.
Do you know something? Even in this, it still smells as if he's right nearby.
Uh-oh, he is. Run!
No, I'm on your side. Help!
Henry, it's time for your special report. Henry, time for your report. Come here. You are ready, aren't you?
Now?
We're waiting for your report on the rattlesnake. You are prepared, aren't you?
Sure. I'm going to explain why a rattlesnake, rattles.
Really?
That's rattle, not cattle. No, the other sort of rattle. The kind you find on snakes. Yeah. Hey, you know snakes are cold-blooded, so they have to do what they can to heat up.
Uh-huh.
But they can't keep warm by running on the spot. They've got no feet. And they can't wear mittens, 'cause snakes don't have hands. Life gets pretty boring when you have to sit still to save all your energy. Most of the time, they just sleep under rocks. All except for the rattlesnake. He likes to party.
What? Henry?
From dusk till dawn. But nobody else would dance with him because they were all asleep. So the rattlesnake used a baby's rattle tied to its tail and shook hard. The noise woke up all the other snakes so that they could join in the party, where they danced and ate lots of jelly roll. And that's why the rattlesnake rattles. 'Cause at parties, it likes to snake, rattle, and roll. And don't forget, you heard it straight from the lizard's mouth.
Well, Henry, the fact is, no one knows for certain why a rattlesnake has a rattle on the end of its tail. Probably it's to distract the attention of his prey to one end of him while the other end does the biting. Also, the noise warns other animals and people to stay away.
What a cute little mouse.
A kangaroo rat, actually. They live in the deserts of America.
Where the rattlesnakes live? I'm gonna have to close my eyes, right?
Maybe not. The rattlesnake is very fast. It can strike its prey in 1/4 of a second.
Amazing!
But the kangaroo rat has some of the quickest reactions in the animal world.
No way is that rattlesnake gonna miss.
The kangaroo rat gets a rattly early warning.
Look out! Yes!
He missed. The rat's okay.
Good. I'm an amphitheater. I can live in water or air.
That's amphibian, Henry.
And I know what that is. It's a fruit-flavored jellyfish.
Real jellyfish aren't so nice to bump into, Henry. In fact, some of the most poisonous creatures around are under the sea.
This looks like something from a bad dream after eating too many pickled onions. Look at those tentacombulations!
That's tentacles, Henry. Sometimes they're as long as a bus, almost as long as your strange word. And they all have poisonous stinging cells.
It's a nightmare! Hey, how come the crab isn't being stung?
He's got a hard shell, unlike this fish.
He's gotta be crazy. Doesn't he know those tentacles are trouble?
Well, he's about to find out. The stingers will paralyze and kill small fish. Then they're drawn into the jellyfish and eaten.
They're beautiful, but deadly.
Jellyfish. Look, but don't touch.
Now that ain't beautiful. It's a mess.
This anemone on a coral reef is about to receive an unwelcome visitor. It's a sea slug called a Spanish dancer, and it likes to feed off the stinging tentacles of the anemone, and then it can use the anemone's poison to add to its own tentacles to protect itself.
So it's stealing the other animals' weapons. Smart.
But the anemone's not going to give up its poison without a fight.
Hey, the anemone's grabbed it.
And it's grabbed the anemone,
So it's a tug of war.
which the Spanish dancer wins in the end.
Excuse me, but that's an amazing pair of maracas. Hey, little fish, beat it! Get away!
He's okay, Henry. This clownfish has a special layer of mucus on its skin that stops the anemone's stingers from firing. And while he's hanging out with the anemone, he's protected from other predators by the same tentacles. Careful where you step, Henry. There's a sting in the end of this tail.
I think I'm starting to get the picture.
And what a picture!
I feel claustrophobic, surrounded by all these stings.
Let's look at these scorpions.
I'd rather not. Those stings look like they could knock a lizard off its perch.
Scorpions don't only rely on their sting. They've got strong claws, too, which they use for hunting. And sometimes the male and female seem to hold hands with their claws as they do a special courtship dance.
Well, I'm not about to cut in.
They have to be careful, though.
Not to step on each other's toes as they waltz.
Not to sting each other. Scorpions aren't immune to other scorpions' poison.
Hey, things could really get out of hand. Or should I say out of claw, if they have an argument on the dance floor. The last waltz. Thank you, and good night. Period.
Some animals are immune, or at least partially immune, to the scorpion's sting. Here's the meerkat. He sees the scorpion and decides it's food. Look how he bites off the sting before making a meal out of the rest of the creature.
There's gotta be a safer way to get lunch.
So, now do you think you know something about poisonous animals?
You mean, apart from staying away from them? Yes, I've learned there are lots of different types of poison, which some creatures use for hunting and to defend themselves. But if we leave them in peace, they'll normally stay out of our way and leave us in peace too.
Well done, Henry. I couldn't have said it better myself.